What's up, guys, gals, dudes, and dudettes? Thank you so very much for tuning in to We'll Fix It team. Alrighty, everybody. So what we got today is a I call this an oldie but goldie now. It's a '97 Honda Prelude. Remember these cars, everybody? It's not a bad looking ride neither. It's got of course, a little carbon fiber hood. I'd rather have seen the original one on it. Or carbon fiber is a neat looking hood, but they're just so flimsy they flop around. But anyhow, it's a neat car. These cars, they didn't do them very long neither. They were sort of they had them in the early '90s and come on up. There was even the old Dr. Ruth, that old doctor, buy a Prelude. I don't know if you remember the commercial back in the day. You remember Toyota had a commercial where people would jump straight up in the air, Toyota, and they would jump up in the air, and that was back in the '80s. Anyways, let's flip the camera around real quick. Oh, and by the way, this thing does not start by the key switch. And the guy thought maybe possibly starter, so I told him I'd check it out and see. Well, check this out. Let's flip the camera. All right, what we've got here is this little, you see that laying on the floor right there? You can't eat it, it's not popcorn. That's actually part of the little, when you push the clutch in, there's a switch to keep you from cranking it without pushing the clutch in. There's two switches. One of them is with the clutch pedal completely released or in its up position. There's a switch reading that, because I think that some cars would have, this has to do with the cruise control. And also I've had a 300ZXs over the years, and the rev limiter was different. It had a lower rev limiter with the clutch in than when the clutch was out. In other words, the motor could rev up higher when you were off the clutch. When you were on the clutch, it dropped it back 500 RPMs. Anyways, with that being said, this is what kind of, there's a little pad that touches the switch, and it gives, makes things do what they have to do as far as cranking and different things like we just talked about. Typical. So what we've got to do now is we've got to fix it. That's what the problem is. So I'll give you a look up in the hole here. It's going to be hard to see, but here's one of them deteriorating as we speak. This is the one with the pedal up. Now the one that's with the pedal, when you push it down for cranking, I'm not going to be a middle finger pointer, guys. You know, if people do that, that's weird when they point with their middle finger. I don't understand that. It's something subconscious. I'm not going to do that. There's the one for when you depress the pedal or press it down. It's completely gone. So I can't get my hand in there to put anything in it. There's no way. I'm about to pull the pedal assembly down, which is these 4 bolts. And I think there is one at the very tippy top, or 2 at the very top above the other switch. So I've got to get the switch out to get the 2 top bolts, and then these 4 bolts. The pedal cluster assembly can come out. We're going to move this one radio wire. You see where it's at when you push the pedal down. It's smashing the poor wire. I'll fix that too while we're in here. All right, guys. So basically just get these bolts out. Long extension and a swivelly. There's one here, one there. 2 at the top of the switch out, and we'll get to it. Maybe I can get the camera in here, guys. I don't know. I'm using this, I love this tool. This little thing here, I'm doing all kind of stuff with it. I used it to pop the connectors loose on the switches, because there's little things you have to squeeze. And so I could reach up in there, go boop, and pop those off. It's hard to hold the phone and do it at the same time. But anyways, I have a little cotter key that I had to take off. Oh, if I can get it in the shot here. It's the cotter key that goes. It's hard. Let's see here. I'm sorry. The phone's not going to focus. There's a cotter key that goes through the cylinder. You got the cylinder that works the clutch on the firewall. I don't know if I should say the proper name for it anymore because of the time we're in. I'll just call it the main cylinder. The other word is kind of touch and go. It's that. Let's see here. Right there, that black little rivet has a cotter key running through it. And I use this same thing to kind of fold the little lever, the little edges back, and I'm going to use it to hook the end of it and push it right out. I can't do the phone and do it at the same time, so you'll have to just take my word for it. So to get to some of the bolts, the one on the very inside, long extension. One at the top, same thing, long extension. And the next one, same thing. Let's get this out of here. Did it stay? Okay, we're going to have to get a magnet and get that one bolt off the inside. Grab this. We don't want to lose it. We'll go in it. Of course, it sticks to everything. There we go. We got the bolt on the end of the magnet. I'll go back with this right here. Okie dokie. And there it is. Sort of. I've still got to clear a couple of other things. I may need both hands. I might have to pull the cylinder on the firewall back just a little bit, guys, and then I'll slide it out of there. Yeah, so since it was already unbolted, I just pulled it back so I'd get that little rod out the way. And then we should be able to get this thing out of here, maybe. Yeah, there it goes. Oh, there it is. The pedal assembly. Now I can show you guys. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. We're going to flip around. I don't know. Might be upside down. But just bear with me. My camera. I call it a phone, but it's really a camera with a phone mounted in it. Put it in my little vise here so I can operate it. Maybe I can show you guys. All right. Okay, get the light. There it is. Up in that hole right there. Right there. There's supposed to be something that looks like that. And that's what will make contact on this switch right here. So now we've got to get it apart, get this out of the way, get one in there, and replace this one as well with something. We'll find something to go in there. All right, guys. Okay, guys, so yeah, this is where I'm at now. I popped these springs down, and I've taken the pivot bolt out. I'm just going to slide it out of there, and I think there's a couple of bushings. Let me get the camera focused on it here. I'm trying to watch what I'm doing here and film at the same time with one hand, so pretty much just got to be really careful. I'm going to set the phone down because I don't want to drop these pieces. I'm going to slide it out real quick. I'm just going to set the phone down. You can look at some sockets right quick. There's a big close-up of a wrench right here. Okay. And there we are. We've got the little pivot bolt out, the pedal is out, and you can see that one bushing is still kind of hanging in there, but this one right here, not so good, completely gone. So my next goal is to find something to put in there, and I believe I've got some fender push pins or something I can put in there, and that'll work. You call parts places, they don't have any clue what you're talking about. So here it is. Got my pieces in. Then I'll place it back in the bracket. And then we'll put it all back together. All right, guys, so here we are. Got the pedal assembly back in. You know, I think the hardest part about the job is that cotter key. You got to get loose and get back in there. But move that wire as well. So let's see if it'll start. Get ourselves in there. My feet are kind of dirty, so we'll put this down. key and see if we can get this thing to start. Wouldn't start before. Oh, well, not by the, not here. All right, wiggle the key. Yeah. Before that was a no-go. So that's good. Let's see how well it's adjusted. I'm gonna turn the switch to the crank position and push the pedal down. Oh, good. In other words, it's cranking before it reaches all the way to the bottom. What I was doing was holding the key forward and pushing the pedal down to find exactly where the position of the switch is going to make connection. And so that's a good thing, good thing. That'll be great. All right, flip the camera back. Thank you guys for tuning into the We'll Fix It team. And we just thank you all so very, very much. It's a blessing to have you guys on the channel. And just think about this. Remember that God loves everybody, and he really helps people who help themselves. He's got a special place in his heart for those people. So definitely, y'all have a good one. I'm going to get out of here and work on some more stuff. Thanks again. Bye-bye.